It really means a lot to me that the workout 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 double unders and sit-ups has my name, Annie, to it, because when I first started CrossFit, all of the named girl workouts, Angie, Barbara, Cindy, Diane, Elizabeth, they just went right down the alphabet and they named them like they do the hurricanes. There's very few named workouts that carry somebody's name that isn't a hero, that isn't a fallen soldier or somebody that was killed in action. So it is a really special tribute to those of us that were around in the early days. High hang means there's no torso inclination on this prep. You're just going to bend your knees. From here, you're gonna think jump and land, and we'll catch in a power position, and then we'll stand. My name is Annie Sakamoto, and I've been coaching CrossFit for 17 years. Good, yes! I liked it.
If you've never met Annie, she is just a little tiny bundle of positive energy. One of the most outgoing, truly sincere, caring people I've ever met.
Annie is a great teacher. She explains something, she goes back, she demonstrates it, she guides you through it.
Good, so when you're here, think about keeping that bar, that stick as close to your body as you can. Good. So cleans are probably better for you, right?
She provides you modifications that don't make you feel like it's a wimpy modification, that she wants you to be the best at whatever level you can be.
Same sit-ups, Joanne? 30, good. 50. Yes, stud.
She's as technically proficient as anybody else out there, but she creates an atmosphere of enjoyment, and other people in the class, because of her leadership, are so excited for your development and your progress, even more so in many ways than they are for their own.
I would describe my coaching style as somebody that tries to connect with people on a personal level. Perfect, arm. So that I can get kind of buy-in from them, and then from there, we'll work on the physical side of CrossFitting. So that was this way, right? Yes, on the lockout. That was this way. So remember, we want that bar to come right up the body. Yep, yep.
She has a very positive way of presenting instruction and coaches' cues, and looks for things that will allow her to connect with the individual.
Nice, Greg.
It's important to build trust with your athletes, because if your athletes believe in you and believe that you care about them, they'll work much harder and go much farther than they just would for themselves.
Use your arms right here too. You know what I mean? There you go. Push on those. You're almost there. You're looking to have some sort of effect on them and get something out of them. And I think that once you learn what that person is motivated by, what they respond to, you have a much better chance of helping them succeed. I started CrossFit in 2004 at the original CrossFit, which is CrossFit Santa Cruz. In 2007, the very first CrossFit Games, my daughter was about a year old, so I was about a year out of giving birth. There was obviously a side of me that really wanted to be part of that first CrossFit Games as a competitor. I thought that the community would have an expectation of how I would do at the Games. And I guess I had an expectation of myself of how I would do at the Games. And so I found reasons to not compete. And then I competed in 2009 on a team, because that was obviously, it's easy to kind of hide within a team. And then I competed as an individual at the CrossFit Games in 2011, 2012. I competed in regionals in 2013, 14, and 15. And then I competed as a masters athlete in 2016, 17, and 2021. I think my fear of failing or not meeting the expectations of myself or the community really stemmed from being one of the early people on the original .com site and being in a lot of the original videos. Just hearing a lot of the community, talk about Eva, Nicole, and myself, because we were really the three females that were mainly on the .com site. Oh my God, these girls are amazing. And while I didn't necessarily view myself as amazing, I think hearing the community talk about the three of us like that made me think that the community would have an expectation of how I would do if I were to compete at the CrossFit Games. What I realized through competing is it's really scary to put yourself out there. And I realized early that I want my kids and my members to know that there's so much reward in having a goal, in sacrificing for that goal, and working really hard for that goal, and in just putting everything into it. Instead of just saying the words, I wanted to live the actions. That's okay, we're doing a double. So I wouldn't necessarily. Okay, but so for today you're doing a double? Yeah. So don't worry about yip, because that's still a win, right? Yep. Excellent. The most challenging thing with coaching CrossFit is figuring out where that line lies between points of performance, a really good, intense workout, and maybe what somebody needs and what somebody can do. And trying to not just put those things in a bucket and make them kind of unilateral for every person, but making sure that each person is getting their needs met across all of those different categories. Yes, Rosemary. So good, Kim. Yep, perfect. There are definitely times where I have and even still doubt myself as a coach, even just sometimes the knowledge of a movement or how I'm going to be able to teach somebody a movement or get them to physically do what I want them to do. I mean, it still happens even after 17 years. And I think for me, because so much of my coaching style is just connecting with people personally, I just always try to go back to the fact that as long as I'm making a human connection, whether or not we achieve this one physical skill or goal, that as long as I'm making a physical connection, I'm having an impact on this person's life.
You get to see people transform their lives on a daily basis. What's it like for you in your gym getting to help people just live better?
Well, I mean, I think this is really where the magic of CrossFit lies, right, Sean? It's not just the methodology of CrossFit, it's the community. That's where all the magic is. And so besides being an athlete, an affiliate owner, and a coach, I am a fan of the sport of CrossFit. And I know how much CrossFitters enjoy the shows and talking about CrossFit and hearing others talk about CrossFit. And so it's really fun to be able to help bring that to the fans of CrossFit. Pull each other along right now, right? You just pull each other along. Yes, Brad. I feel grateful for all of the things I've been able to do within CrossFit. So good, Kelly. You got it. But if I had to pick one hat to wear, it would definitely be coach.
Is she an icon? How do you define icon? From that definition of icon, I would hope she's an icon. It is amazing how many people come in here just to meet her and to tell her that her first videos were what got them started. And so yes, I would think she should be considered an icon if she's not already.
When we first started CrossFit, I think we all thought we were just part of this experiment, kind of like how far can you push the human body on chicken, broccoli, and sweet potatoes, and what is the true potential? But if you would have told me in 2004, that this is what CrossFit would look like 17 years later, I think all of us would have laughed in your face. Like, there's no way that this little thing that almost nobody knows about is going to be, a multi-million-dollar industry with a huge competition and sponsors and affiliates all over the world and people doing it everywhere. And so I feel really, really fortunate to have been there for the kind of initial days of it, and even more fortunate that I'm still around now, that I've been able to be a part of its growth and success.